What is going on, YouTube? So Jeep update, huge changes have been made. Got the rooftop tent put on here, built an Overlander box in the back. I put a dual battery system in here. Lots of changes have been made, but I'll tell you what, I'm absolutely loving it. Still buttoning some things up, lots of changes still to be made, but this is my first box build, and so far I've absolutely loved it. Not a whole lot of builds on YouTube for the TJs because there's not a lot of bed space. So one thing that I wanted when I was building my box build is I wanted a deck system, you know, so my dog Nash, he had a place to stand, you know, I could put his bed in here and then boxes underneath him, because that was one thing we were running into, was when we were packing everything into it, you know, he would be kind of, there was stuff would be falling over on him, so he didn't have a place to stand. Now I could put everything below him, he can stand on top, no problem at all. But let's check out this box, guys. All right guys, so as you see here, this is my box. I've still got some trim that I'm working on, like I'm gonna put some more trim pieces, you know, here and there around the box. That's something I'm still working on, but all in all, I'm absolutely loving the box. Completely from one side to the other, right up against the edge of the bottom of the rail here for the windows. It goes flat across all the way, plenty of room for Nash to stand. I built this section here. This is actually where the fridge is going to go. I'm putting me a 12-volt fridge inside of there. Right now it's just got some tools sitting in there. My jet boil is thrown in there. We went camping this weekend, needed a hoodie. It was actually kind of cold. So on the left side here, I've got cigarette lighter plug, which that is there because to the rooftop tent has a plug up there for, it's got some LED lights inside of it, some USB outlets. So I just plug it straight in down here at the bottom into the actual box. 2 voltage meters. One is actually showing voltage for the front battery system. The other one is showing the voltage for the rear batteries. Now, as far as batteries goes, I have 2 6-volt batteries in the back. I went that route because we have an RV. I was replacing the batteries in the RV because we're selling it. Batteries were still good, so I went ahead and put the batteries from there into here. So it's got 220 amp hours, tons and tons and tons of battery capacity. Can run lights forever. I'll show you more about that. So as far as the drawers go, check this out. So I built the drawers on some 250-pound slides. So locking system here, little latch. Actually, I had to lift both sides originally. I didn't like that because whenever I lifted this one, I was banging on my knuckle on this side. So actually, I took that side off. It's no longer actually, you know, locking. So you just lift up one side, door pulls out, pulls all the way out. It locks in place. You actually have to lift both sides. Door closes completely. Locks back up again. Same at the bottom. Locks in place. So if you're on a hill, now the drawers won't close up automatically. Closes up. One thing that I did wrong, the lower latch is not actually locking on anything because I should have put a gap here and then something for that to lock on. The top one is actually closing, you know, it can lock. The bottom one, I didn't think about that. So something I'm gonna have to change in the future. But for now, when the tailgate is actually closed and locked, the tailgate is sitting directly over the top of the boxes. So with this locked, you can't get the drawers open anyways. So no big deal. Let me show you what's inside my drawers here. So if I pull this drawer open here, so obviously not very well organized. We just put this together. I've been on one camping trip with it last weekend just to kind of, you know, give it a little shakedown. I'm gonna get some little bit more storage, like some bags and stuff to put in here to, you know, to keep like spoons and forks and stuff of that nature. But a couple lights that I've picked up, little solar charging LED lights. Absolutely love these lights, actually. Made by Goal Zero, not sponsored, but put off quite a bit of light. Great for hanging around the campsite, and they collapse. That's one thing you need. Collapsible, Doesn't take up a lot of space, because space, obviously, especially in a TJ, is very limited. We bought us a little fan the other day. It plugs in inside the tent to the USB, so it gives us a little bit more airflow inside the tent. Jet boil fuel. We recently were camping not too long ago before the build, where there's lots of bears, so some bear spray, some little dehydrated meals, med kit, bowls, spoons, forks, chopsticks, and then yeah, like little lighters and things of that nature. But got some extra plastic bags in here just for trash, some napkins in there. Don't really need it there because I put this little napkin holder I made, just a string on some carabiners with my napkins on there, and that hangs on the door. Bottom drawer is gonna be all tools. So I did that because eventually I want to change the tailgate toward swinging out to laying down, and once it's laying down, then you know, if I need to do some cooking, whatever I'm doing on the tailgate, then if I need to pull out a drawer for food, it's not gonna be the bottom and knock everything off. So if I pull the top one out while I have stuff sitting on there, it won't knock stuff off the table. So all my tools, way more than I need, is in here right now. I've just been kind of throwing stuff in here. I haven't figured out what I'm gonna keep in here, but so there's tools. And again, this is gonna be my fridge. It's gonna be on a slide out also. The design I've come up with, I don't know if it's going to work for how limited of space that I have. I'm going to try to do a dual slide setup to where I actually pull the fridge out, and below that would be an actual like cutting board and a little table. So we'll see if that works. But let's check out the power system that I've got set up. Oh, speaking of power system, I put in the box here. It's I had two 120 outlets for inside the house, plus 2 USB outlets. I don't like how open it is. I'm gonna get some like child protection. I have child protector covers over the top of that. That'll kind of keep it, you know, dust proof and waterproof a little bit. We'll see how that works. I don't normally, you know, go to water over the top of that, obviously, so we'll see. So these come up and actually have extra storage underneath the bottom of it. Wires are around, routed all nicely, secured underneath it. And this box, by the way, easily removable. Now I say easily as in, you know, take off the side covers. The covers actually plug in with the male and the female, pull those out. The box itself, all the battery system is built into the box, so everything unplugs super easily. Once everything's unplugged, the box is actually not too heavy, so we can lift the box right out of there. I did that because I'm keeping my rear seats, and I wanted to be able to, you know, choose between rear seats or box. You know, if people are over and want to ride, then I have the rear seats. Not super hard to take out. So if you look here, let's see. So right now we have the solar adapter. I just ordered a solar panel. It should be here, I think, next Wednesday. That's going on the back of the Jeep. It's already hooked up. It's got power. Flip on these breakers here. There it is. You know, come on and tell me it's 12 volts. So the solar charger is already hooked up. This is a relay box that I have mounted in here. It's going to have all my relays, extra fuses. That's going to all my lights, and then just a bus bar box for all the power wires going into the other stuff. Switch panel. Now these here, so I have a 200 amp fuse here, or I should say switch. So this is going from the front battery, which is your main battery on the Jeep, coming in, and from there it is going out into this smart adapter. It's a battery isolator. So when I turn on the Jeep, once the Jeep reads 13.4 volts, this turns on and it sends power from here into this other wire, which tells it to charge my rear batteries. If you look over here, there is one of these 6-volt batteries there. There's another one behind this door here, and it charges. So only when the Jeep is running will it connect the front and rear batteries, which is what charges the batteries itself. Once I kill it, then the front battery and rear batteries are disconnected. So all of my lights are connected to the rear batteries. All of the I plan on in the future I plan on in the future changing even the radio over to where I have, you know, some radio connected to the rear batteries. The fridge will be connected to the rear batteries. You know, when I'm running the fan, it's connected to the rear batteries. Everything except for the, you know, main Jeep stuff is running off the rear batteries. So I'll be able to run it for a very long time, especially once solar is on there. Almost indefinitely kind of thing. You know, I can leave it running because with a 100-watt solar panel on what little bit I'm running, even with the fridge, we way more than enough power. Jeep is filthy. We went off-roading this weekend and camping. So yeah, that is, as of now, the box build. Again, I'm super happy with it. It turned out fantastic. Not a lot of like TJ box builds that I found, but it runs all the way up against the back seats just about, gives a couple inches, and underneath it I put this little foam mat, I mean rubber mat, kind of keeps it from sliding around. It's not bolted down, it doesn't need to be because it is sitting almost flush up against this mount here and right behind the cup holder. So I've got it to where it's locked in. I said easily removable earlier. Without removing the batteries, you're still gonna have trouble. I'm not worried about people stealing the box, as it's still not simple, but it's quick. So everything is on quick connects as far as the batteries, wing nuts. You know, I can take the box out personally, you know, in 15 minutes. If somebody didn't know what they were doing, I'd take a little longer. So that's why I haven't bolted it down. I don't think I'm going to bolt it down, but have any questions on this build, definitely feel free to reach out. I've loved it. It's been a great project for me. I think I over-engineered a lot of it. I overbuilt some of the stuff. The drawers are like way overbuilt, but I wanted it to be able to hold weight and lean on it. You know, you're not worried about it, you know, breaking. They're sturdy. So yeah, the next part of the project for this build, like I said, I'm going to trim it all out with some aluminum trim, and I'm buying some rubber. It's like a rubber diamond plate type material. It looks like diamond plate, but it's a rubber, and I'm covering the top of the box. The entire box right now, I painted it with bed liner material, so it's waterproof, weatherproof, scratch proof, you know, kind of to an extent. You can throw stuff on there and it won't get beat up too bad. So I'm still gonna throw some rubber on it just to kind of protect it a little bit extra. But yeah, so if you like the build, definitely give me a thumbs up. I've loved building it, so I'll have some more videos out on that soon. And I'll throw out some more updates on the Jeep, showing you some more of the rooftop tent and what's going on inside the Jeep. So yeah, we'll check out that stuff soon. All right guys.